Hi there guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you mine Bromellite. Now this is one of the materials needed by an engineer, specifically to unlock him. You might actually want it for some other purposes, but this is the actual stuff. I may not actually say the right exact name, Bromellite or whatever it's pronounced. At first it was quite tricky to find when I didn't have a clue, and obviously looking around through forum threads and that you get the general gist, but I thought I'd create a video to explain the process a bit easier for you guys out there. So what you're going to need is two specific pieces of equipment. There are two optional, and I would suggest putting those in. The first required equipment is a mining laser. Like I said, there is a grade 1 I think of it, but I would suggest going for the bigger one. This allows you to actually hit the asteroids to break it into fragments. Like I said, that is required because without that type of laser you can't break it into fragments. The second required piece of equipment, or the last piece of equipment required, is a refinery. Now this basically, once you pick up the chunks, it converts them into various pieces, and then when it's got enough of the pieces it can create a full piece. A4 seems to be the biggest you can get. I was surprised they weren't bigger, but like I said, that is required. So the two optional is a collector limpet. Now this is something that makes the whole process a lot easier. Instead of having to manually pick up every fragment, you can just get a limpet to go and pick them up for you. I would suggest fitting that one, definitely. It just makes the whole process much easier. The other optional is a prospect limpet, and what this does is allow you to fire a limpet out onto an asteroid and give some information about it. It's also said to increase the yields, like I said, so that is actually optional, those two, but I would highly suggest putting those in. That makes the whole process much easier to do. So once you've got all your equipment set up, what you've got to do is to get some limpets. A number of times I've actually just gone and launched and forgot to actually bet them on. I've done that a few times, to be honest. So what you do is come into this section here under restock, and down the bottom here you can see limpet control. Now both limpet systems use exactly the same limpets, so I would suggest going about half your cargo space, 100, 150 if you can. Because you will use them up pretty quickly, and as you mine you'll find that it's actually you're probably losing the limpets into cargo space, if you know what I mean. So make sure you have some limpets on board. If you've got the two optional things, if you don't bother and want to pick all the stuff up yourself, then you don't need the limpets, but I would highly suggest doing it. It makes the process much easier and you actually get more yield. So anyway, so once you've got all your equipment set up, we're going to have to find a place to actually get this stuff from. So once you've got all your equipment set up, what you need to do is to actually go to the right place. Now what I'll do is I'll post a link in the description of the various places. For me, I found this one, which was Khan or so. It's just down here. It seems to be one of the better ones because it seems to have all the kind of asteroid stuff you need. It has the icy, pristine and that, so it's a very good place to actually go mining. So if we have a look at this one, which is Christine 9 I believe, this one here seems to have icy on the ring there. That's what we're after. Or if we go to Con 12 I believe, you can see we've got some stuff there, and we've got icy as well. So you notice there's actually two rings here, so you can see the further out one is a kind of lighter one. That's the one we're actually going to go to, which is the icy. That's where you need to pick up this Bromellite. So if we actually set the destination and get there, like I said, I'll just cut to when I'm actually there to actually show you what the difference is. So with the power of video editing, we've jumped ahead. As you can see, we're actually more or less at the location now. So as you probably may remember, that the outer ring is where we want to head towards. That is the ring that's actually icy, and that's what we need. Now we don't actually need to have a resource extraction site to enter a ring. We can actually just do it ourselves. Like I said, you would probably think you would need that because there are certain sites that actually are marked, but as you can see here, there's nothing. But that doesn't present a problem. We can just come into the belt wherever we like. So you can probably actually start making out different colours now. You can probably see we've got a kind of very light colour on the outside, and there is a little bit darker ring on the inner side. We want the icy, so if we just keep heading towards it in the fast travel, Bear in mind you don't want to go too fast, because if you go too fast you're likely to get ripped out of hyperspace or fast travel, and it could cause you quite a lot of hull damage. So if you do slow down and come into the ring quite slowly, as you get closer you can actually see the lines, and as you can see here it starts to actually show some sort of cloud thing. If we get a bit closer you can actually start making out the asteroids themselves. So once we're near, you can see we've actually dropped out of fast travel and we're actually now in where the asteroids are. So what we need to do is actually mine these asteroids. So once we get a bit closer to the rocks, what we want to do is to actually mine them. So the first thing I suggest is to set all your fire groups up. So in the first fire group I've set my weapons. In the second set I've put my prospector drone. And then into the second or third set, as it's so, I've put in my collector, limpet controller, and my 2 mining lasers. This is so if I actually find the rock worthy of actually mining, I can just switch to that. So the first thing we want to do is have our perspective drone launch. This will tell us what the rock's like and if it's worth mining. So if we just fire it out as normal, you can see it travels in a straight line. Now it's actually hit the rock and it tells us what's on there, so you can see it's just got some water on it, it's got 100% still remaining, it's low quality, so that is not an asteroid we actually want. So all you can do is to find another asteroid and keep repeating the process until you find one that is what you want. If you do find low temperature diamonds, they are definitely worth mining because they're worth quite a lot of money, and you may actually be able to find a mission that actually wants them. But anyway, so if in this video we're just going to look for Bromellite. So here again we haven't actually found any, so we have to move on to the next one. Hopefully we can find one sooner or later. Sometimes you can spend quite a while actually finding a decent rock. So this one, what have we got here? Here we go. So we got some Bromellite here. We've got 100% remaining, but it's of a low quality. That's not too bad. That'll do us for the time being. So now we've actually found the rock, what we want to do is actually mine it. So to do this, I suggest switching to the second weapon group. Now, as you do, you may notice there's a cross in where your 2 mining lasers are. This is to say, basically, you're not close enough. So what we need to do is just to move closer, and you should see the HUD change in the middle of the screen. So now you can see the 2 mining lasers are close enough. So all you do is shoot at it, and you should see some bits on the screen. These are fragments, and these are the things we're after. Like I said, so what we want to do is, you could potentially pick them up yourself, but since we want to make life easier for yourself, if we just use the collector drone, I suggest having the prospector drone selected, because if you have one of the fragments selected when you launch a collector, it will only pick up that one instance, and then it will be at the end of the drone. If you have the limpet, the prospector drone selected and fire it out, the other drones will just collect everything that's available. So if you do that, you start seeing they go out and start collecting. You can only have up to 3 drones at the moment collecting resources. Once you do that, basically keep shooting at the rock and you keep seeing more and more fragments breaking off. So one thing I kind of forgot to do, which I seem to do quite often, is to make sure you have your cargo bay open. Otherwise you can't actually pick up any of the stuff. So if you go onto this section on the right and come down to cargo group, make sure you've got it lowered, otherwise the drones cannot actually put the stuff into your cargo bay or your refinery. So just basically keep firing at it and you keep seeing more and more fragments being broken off. You can see there we've just got 1 lot of Bromellite completed. So if you want to actually keep an eye and see how things are going, you can come into your inventory section, and if you come under refinery, we can see what was going on here. So we've got some stuff bit here, and you can see the drones are picking up the fragments and sticking it into our refinery. As you can see, that keeps going up. Once it hits 100%, we'll get 1 lot of Bromellite, and then, like I said, the processor keeps starting over and over. But essentially that is how you find it and how you actually mine it and stuff like that. So hopefully that, guys, has helped you. I know it's sometimes a bit confusing just reading it in the forum posts. Like I said, the engineer that wants this, I think he wants 50 lots of this, so it does take quite a bit of time. Essentially though, you could use this video for other mining stuff. Basically it's exactly the same process, it's just you're in different types of asteroid. Like I said, for Bromellite it is actually in an icy environment, but there are ones like metal rich, pristine and so forth. And like I said, there's exactly the same process for mining those, with just different materials in each. But like I said, hopefully that video has helped you. If you're a little bit confused about the whole process, sometimes it can be just confusing reading it in the forum posts. Hopefully if you do like the video, please leave a like, that helps. And another big thing that helps me and the channel massively is if you would subscribe. The more people do that, the more it helps. Anyway guys, I think that's about it for the time being. If you have any comments or suggestions as normal, leave them below, they're always greatly appreciated. Anyway guys, take care and have fun out there.